Sai. Today we are going to read the Acts chapter 2. Already I have completed chapter 1, so I'm going to read now chapter 2. Okay, so let's study. How much I can study? It is so long, so I have to complete its content 1 to chapter 2 is content 1 to 47. The time is so less, so I have twisted half portion. Okay, the coming of the Holy Spirit. When the day of the Pentecost had fully come, they were all with the one accord in one place, and suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled with the filled the whole house where they were sitting. Then there appears to them divided tongue as for fire, and one set upon each of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak with others' tongue as the Spirit given them utterance. So the crowd is response. Now we'll see the crowd is response, how the crowd is respond. And there are dwelling in Jerusalem Jewish devout men from every nation under heaven. And when this sound occurred, the multitude come together and were confused because everyone heard them speak in his own language. When they were all amazed and marveled, saying to one another, "Look, are not all these who speak Galilee? And now it is that we hear it in our own language in which we were born." Parthians and Medes and Elamites, those dwelling in Mesopotamia, Judah and Cappadocia, Pontus and Asia, Persia and Phoenicia, Egypt and the parts of Libya, adjoining Cyrene, visited from Rome, both Jews and pros- proselytes, certain and Arab, were we heard from speaking in our own tongue the wonderful work of God. So they were all amazed and perplexed, saying to one another, "Whatever could this means?" Others mocking said, "They are full of new wine." The Peter Simon. But Peter, standing up with the 11, raised his voice and said to them, "Men of Judea, and all who dwell in Jerusalem, let this be known to you, and had my words, for these are not drunk as you suppose, since it is only the third hour of the day. But this is what was spoken by the prophet Joel, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saying God, that I will pour out of my spirit on all flesh. Your son and your daughters shall prophesy, your young men shall see visions, your old men shall dream dreams. All and one and on my menservants and on my maidservants I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they shall prophesy. Okay, I will know. I will show wonder in heaven above and sign in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the coming of the great and awesome day of the Lord. And it shall come to pass what whoever call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Okay, let's see here. The men of Israel hear this word. Jesus of Nazareth, a man attested by God to you by miracles, wonder, and sign which God did through him in your midst, as you yourself also know, is being delivered by the determined purpose and force foreknowledge of God. You have taken by lawless hand, have crucified and put to death, whom God raised up, having lost and pain of death, because it was not possible that he should be held by it. For David say concerning him, I foresaw the Lord always before my face, for he is at my right hand, that I may not be shaken. Therefore my heart rejoiced and my tongue was glad. Moreover, my flesh also will rest in hope. So this one is so long, so I will one more verse. For you will not leave my soul in Hades, nor will you allow your holy ones to see corruption. Okay, this one is so long, so I have to divide two part. Tomorrow I have to study half of the person. So before I leave, just I want to pray a small prayer. Okay. हे महास्वर्गीय पिता जीवित परमेश्वर प्रभात देगा अपने बटन दिन भर सुरक्षित रहे हमारे वचन का श्वास रखे पिता हमारे संग साथ और कृपा देते पिता हमारे संग साथ हो आशीष दे मत कर कुटारा दा सुरक्षित रख जिस व्यक्ति दिन भर सुरक्षित रखे मत कर विषय रात भर सुरक्षित रखना हम संक्रमण से बचा रख पिता हमारे संग साथ हो शक्ति दे ताकत बुद्धि ज्ञान दे ताकत का विश्वता चर्च के प्रत्येक बार संग साथ हो आस पड़ोस के लोग सभी संग साथ हो जहाँ के रिश्तेदार सभी संग साथ हो पिता परमेश्वर जो कुछ पढ़े पाए बस अपने हृदय जीवन में इस्तेमाल कर सके पिता चर्च के प्रत्येक बार संग साथ तू तक तुम्हारे सभी संग साथ मत करो ऐसे का श्वास हो क्या आपको धन्यवाद से पिता परिवार संग साथ मदद करो पिता परमेश्वर पिता जहाँ किस तरह सभी संग साथ मदद कर वचन का श्वास हो क्या आपको धन्यवाद से पिता परमेश्वर आशीष दे मदद कर वचन का श्वास रख पिता माता जी के संग साथ दोनों बहनों के संग साथ आशीष दे मदद कर जो भी गिर सीखने के लिए गए पिता आप सहायता मदद करना ताकि वचन का श्वास हो क्या आपको धन्यवाद सके अनिवार्य के संग साथ जो भी के बाहर गए पिता परमेश्वर उसे सहायता मदद करना उसका सारे में जो कुछ दुख तकलीफ है पिता उसे दूर करना और वचन का श्वास हो के धन्यवाद सके फिर से घर लौट सके आपको मैं वापस न कर सकता परमेश्वर उसका जो कुछ दुख तकलीफ से दूर करना पिता परमेश्वर आशीष देना मदद करना वचन का श्वास रखना पिता आप जानते हैं मैं बहुत बड़ा पापी गुनहगार अपराधी पिता हर ईश्वर विश्व बड़ी वचन में चरण का कर्म पापी गुनहगार अपराधी पिता हमारे पाप अपना अपराध को क्षमा कर चरण उतराते क्षमा चाहते पिता परमेश्वर हमारे पाप अपना अपराध को क्षमा कर हमें रिश्ते में चलने कोई मत कर ताकि रिश्ते में रहे विश्वास में आगे बढ़ा ताकि आपके रिश्ते में चलते रहे ताकि हम मनुष्य बड़े सब कुछ जानते हैं पिता हमारे इच्छा नहीं परंतु आपकी इच्छा प्रभु अपने आप पूरे परिवार को आप कह सकते हैं जितने प्रभु यीशु मसीह के नाम से मांगता हूँ दया के सामने सुनो ग्रहण कर हमें दस में पवित्र राजनीति का प्रभु हमारे दिन भर की रोटी आज हमें दे जिस पर आपने खुद को क्षमा किया आप भी हम तो को क्षमा कर बड़ी क्षमा न मैं तो बड़ी समझा क्योंकि राजा पराक्रम नहीं सदा आपकी है आमीन दोस्त थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग मी माय गॉड ब्लेस यू परमेश्वर सबको आशीष दे कहे कि परमेश्वर का घर देर है अंधेर नहीं है इसलिए यहाँ तक ही आज का वचन परमेश्वर का फिर कल सुबह मिलेंगे सबको बाय गुड नाइट सभी को